Welcome to Tal Tutorials. Today we will be discussing CBSE Physics chapter name as Force and Law of Motion, and this will be the first part of this chapter. So basically in previous chapter we described the motion of the object along a straight line in terms of its position, velocity, acceleration and all. In everyday life, we always observe that some effort is required to pull a stationary object into motion or to stop a moving object. We ordinarily experience this is due to the muscular effort that we are pushing or pulling. But that is what we will understand in this PPT. First is force. The thing which helps us to move that body, as I was discussing earlier, that is nothing, that is just a force. Force is a push or pull of an object with mass that causes it to change velocity. Force represents as a vector quantity. Why? Because it has both magnitude and direction. The SI unit of force is Newton. So, what is balance and unbalanced force? Force that are equal in side but opposite in direction are called as balanced force. Balanced forces does not cause a change in motion. When balanced force acts on an object at rest, the object will not move. Force that causes the change in that motion are nothing but an unbalanced force. So basically Newton discovered three laws. What does first law state? First law states that if a body is in state of rest, it will continue to be in state of rest, and if it is in the state of motion, it will continue to be in state of motion with the same speed unless an external force is applied on it. This means what it is saying, that if a body is not moving, it will require an external force to move that body. Or if the body is running, again it will require a force to stop that body. So this is also known as, first law of motion is also known as inertia law. Basically inertia law is same thing. The property of an object by virtue of which is tend to retain its state of rest or uniform motion is known as inertia. So basically there are two types of inertia: inertia of rest and inertia of motion. We will be discussing some examples in the next PPT. See first, when the branch of a tree is shaken, the branch moves in a to and fro motion. However, the inertia of the leaves is attached to the branch resists the motion of the branch. Therefore, the leaves that are weakly attached to the branch falls off due to inertia, but leaves which are firmly attached to the branch remain attached. It does not move here and there. Now we'll come. See, initially when the bus accelerates in forward direction from a state of rest, the passenger always experience a force exerted on them in the backward direction like this. So this is inertia opposing the forward motion. This is not only applicable in bus, it is also applicable in train and all. Once the bus starts moving, the passenger is in state of motion in the forward direction. When the brakes are applied, the bus moves toward the position of rest. But a body was already in a forward direction. Because the inertia resists the change of motion, this causes the passenger to fall forward. Why? Because the body is already in motion, but due to that brake which were applied, a body tend to move backward. Now, what is second law of motion? Before understanding second law of motion, we should understand what is momentum. Momentum is nothing, it is just the product of mass and velocity. As it has been shown that momentum is equal to mass into velocity, and SI unit of momentum is kg meter per second. Why? Because for mass it is kg and for velocity it is meter per second. Now we'll come to second law. What is second law? According to Newton's second law, the rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the force applied on it, and the change of momentum takes place in the direction in which the force is applied. Actually, this is nothing. This is just force is equal to mass into acceleration. That we can say force is equal to ma. If you tend to forget this formula, you can apply this. Who forces us to work? To study at home? Ma. So force is equal to ma. M into a ma. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. It is nothing. It is just giving the quantity value of force that I said, mass into acceleration. Now we'll come to the next topic. That is a very important topic. This is how the second law of motion is explained. This is very easy, but it is very important. Please try to learn this by heart. See, let a force applied on a body be F of a mass, that is m, for a time t, due to which the velocity changes from initial to final position, where initial is u and final is v. So initial momentum of a body will be mu and final momentum of a body will be mv, and change in momentum will be mv minus mu. So when we take common m out, so v minus u, and rate of change of momentum is nothing, it is just change in momentum divided by time, that is mv minus u by t, where we know acceleration is equal to v minus u by t. So here comes the formula, rate of change of momentum is equal to ma, or we can say force is equal to ma. This is only possible, only true when the mass of the body is remaining constant. This is a very important. I am again telling you, please try to learn by heart. This can come as a derivation for 4 marks. Now, what is Newton's third law? To every action, there is always equal and opposite reaction. See, I have shown you some examples here, and I have also proved that how it is action and how it is a reaction. See, first firing a bullet from the gun. See, action will be the force exerted on the bullet, and reaction will be the recoil experienced by the gun. Second is hammering a nail. Again, I share you the examples. The force exerted by the hammer on the nail is action, and the force applied by the nail on the hammer is a reaction. Third example is a book lying on the table. Weight of the book acting downward is an action, and the force acting upward, that is keeping that book stable, that is a reaction. Fourth one I have taken is a moving rocket. See, force exerted by the rocket on the gases backward is an action, and force exerted by that outgoing force, that is outgoing of the gases on the rocket in forward direction, that is a reaction. Then I said a person moving on the floor. See, person force, force exerted by the feet on the ground in the backward direction is an action, and force exerted by the ground on the feet in the forward direction, that is a reaction. Last but not the least, I have shared a moving train collide with a stationary train. Force exerted by a moving train on a stationary train, that is an action, and force exerted by a stationary train on a moving train, that is a reaction. See, this is the last topic we will be discussing in this PPT, that is conservation of momentum. See, according to physics, quantity called momentum that characterize motion never changes in an isolated collection of an object. That is nothing. That is telling conservation. We know what is conservation, that it can neither be transferred, it can be transferred, but it cannot be destroyed. So here momentum, the total momentum of the system remains constant. Momentum is equal to the mass of an object multiplied by its velocity and equivalent to the force required to bring the object to stop in a unit length of time. The total momentum is the sum of individual momenta. Means when we are adding all the momentum, that is only the total momentum. This is a vector quantity because it always has a direction also. so that when opposite momentum of the same value comes, overall sum to 0. This is the end of the first PPT class. In the next PPT, we will be discussing the numericals. Till then, bye bye.